I feel like I'm in some kind of a movie with my, like I'm a runway model or something with my hair blowing in the wind. Oh, she can dream, can't she? I'm running a fever. I'm running an elevated temp. It's not technically a fever until you reach 102. You don't have a fever until you hit 102. Other than that, it's an elevated temperature. So I'm at almost 101, so I have an elevated temp. And I felt warm the last couple days, but it was like 99, 99.6, 90, you know. And I'm like, what the heck? Because honestly, I'm not around people to pick, I'd like to pick something up. So I don't know. But this morning I was like, I feel really hot. And took my temperature, and sure enough. So then I did a COVID test. First COVID test I've taken since last October. Yeah, it came up negative. Like right away, it came up negative. So I don't have COVID. Oh, am I allowed to say that? I don't have that. I don't have the C word. And I don't have a sore throat. I'm not coughing. I'm so worn down. I think my body, from the years of caring for Sky, physically and emotionally, because when you're watching your partner die, the slow death, it messes with you physically and emotionally. And now that he's gone, and I'm rounding the corner to 4 months, 16 weeks, I'm like, my body feels like it's just, I don't know if it has to fall apart before I can rebuild or what. But I've said this in so many videos, I just don't feel well. And I was watching some videos last night on all the physical symptoms that people get after a loss. The headaches, the stomach aches, the chest pressure, chest pain, this extreme fatigue. I was up again last night. I fell asleep around 8:30, 8:15, and then I slept till midnight, and I was up all night until 6:30 this morning, and I fell asleep for half an hour. So it's a bad routine, and it's just gonna take time, like everything else with this, to adapt to everything I'm going through. I watched a podcast. There was a woman doing a podcast, but you could watch her. And she said that around the world, there's 60% of us are in grief mode. Or she used the word bereft. 60% of the population were grieving someone. So think about that. 6 out of every 10 people, you put 10 people in a room, 6 of them are grieving. You put 100 people in a room, 60 of them are grieving. That's crazy when you think about it. But when you think about the number of deaths every day around the world, so I'm feeling like a little bit better, like energy-wise. I've done a couple of things different. One, I took 1 ibuprofen this morning, and that was because of the fever, the elevated temp. 1 ibuprofen. It's the first ibuprofen I've taken in 3 days, 4 days. Whenever I said I was done with ibuprofen, I took one 200 milligram. And I stopped my metoprolol. Metoprolol lowers your heart rate and lowers your blood pressure. And my blood pressure is low anyway. I'm like 90/60, 80/55, and then you add metoprolol in. And the longer I was on metoprolol, which wasn't that long, it was a couple of weeks. I was trying to figure it out. I think it was maybe 2.5 weeks of me taking it every day, 1 a day, 25 milligrams. And I just felt like I felt worse and worse and worse with the metoprolol. So this is 3 days. This is day 3 of no metoprolol. I looked it up online as to whether you're supposed to titrate off of it. And I guess a lot of it depends on how long you've been on it. But I wasn't on it that long. And I'm taking a benzodiazepine. So any anxiety or anything that would come from being off the metoprolol would balance out with the Ativan. So I haven't had any episodes of the rapid heart rate. I've had some heart arrhythmias. Nothing serious, nothing, awful. Just little bits here and there. I have been busy. Oh, let's do the card. I remembered to get the card. Okay. Mel Robbins says, when you take a minute to slow down and breathe, it's easier to send the message. Yeah. If you're screaming at someone, they're not hearing you. I've learned over my lifetime, the louder I got, the less people heard. The louder I got, the less people heard. Let that sink in. And the action is place this card in environments where you tend to get stressed and need a reminder to slow down and breathe. I would actually need about 100 of these cards to place them all over my apartment, like everywhere. Everywhere in my apartment. I need one of this. I need this. I did not start my gem art yet, but I did open up the packet of the colors. And I've got 15 colors. I've got 15 colors of gems. About half of them, there's really a small amount, and half of them, there's a lot. A lot. That's that little fairy girl. I paid my electric bill this morning online. I signed up for automatic withdrawal. I always get nervous doing that kind of stuff because I don't want to mess anything up, I got an email from the corporate office saying, can you send us your renter's policy, because we got the notice that you paid it, but there was no attachment to the email, which is not my issue. It's really my insurance agent. He sends it off, and he didn't put the attachment. But then I found out that my corporate office changed insurance company email address. So I had to call my agent and give them the new address, the new email address. What is that? What is that? That sounds like an animal caught in a fence or something. Oh, I know what that is. That is you hear that? It sounds like a duck. That's not a duck. That is the Amazon. We have one Amazon truck. Yeah, there it is. That when it backs up, it sounds like that. It sounds like a duck caught in a fence or something. My old friend stopped by for a half an hour and dropped off a book for me to read. The Rise and Fall of an American Fortune, Astor by Anderson Cooper and Catherine Howe, New York Times bestselling authors of Vanderbilt. So I am actually looking forward to reading this particular book. I think it'll be pretty good. So I got the whole insurance thing done. The insurance lady, she sent me a new attachment, and she sent it to them. So hopefully that's done. I paid on my credit card. I got that bill this morning. Paid on that, got that done. Paid the electric bill. There was something else. What was the other thing? Seems like there was another thing I had to, I couldn't figure out when my gas bill was due, my UGI bill. And so I went online because I paid it last month on the 14th, and today's the 14th, which is also Flag Day. If you didn't know, today's Flag Day. It's not a federal holiday. So you're going to get mail. You're going to get your bills. I'm sorry. The banks are open, so you can go ahead and tap money out if you need it. But I didn't get a UGI bill, so I went on my UGI account, and it says there's nothing due at this time. So I'll wait till Monday, and I'll go on again and just make sure. I know I have a credit of $22. So I'll wait and I'll just check it again. But I just wanted to, when Sky passed away, I had to change up the utilities and make sure that they were just in my name. Some of them I had to get like a new account. Some of them they just dropped his name off. But what's interesting is my lease, the lease here is still in both of our names, even though they know he passed away. And this is a new lease. This is a new, a new year, they didn't take his name off. And so, I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter. Financially, if they did take his name off, I financially wouldn't be eligible to have this apartment. So that may very well be why they didn't remove his name. Anyway, I did his Duolingo in the middle of the night. I did 2 of his 3 quests. He needs 1 more quest to get the badge for this month. And so the quest that they gave me is 3 new lessons. And the new lessons means I need to like move ahead with the hard stuff. So I got a tablet and a pen. And each one that I know I don't know, I write it down. So that when I get it wrong and it comes up again, because they'll say, okay, let's fix your mistakes, I have the answer. So I got 1 of the 3 lessons done. I have 2 more to do, but I have his iPad over on charge because he was down to 29%. So I'm hoping to get the other 2 lessons in so I can get his badge for him today. I had a long night, you guys. I don't know if there's anything worse. I'm sure there is. There's got to be something worse than being awake all night and like you don't have anyone to talk to. This is where like, at 2:00 this morning, I was out fixing tea, and this is where I could use like a girl sleepover party, or just that girlfriend that is up all night like I am most nights, and you can just, it's okay to call, like you're not going to wake up the husband or the kids or whatever, and you can just, talk for an hour or something. But it was rough, and I actually had this moment of insanity where I thought, I'm going to go through this whole apartment and I'm going to take everything off all the walls. I'm going to pack everything in boxes. I'm going to take everything off the tables. I'm going to pack everything in boxes. Everything. And all I'm going to do is like leave the basic furniture with nothing on it and strip the apartment down to like bare. My son just texted me something, but it went away too quick. Oh, he wants to call me when he's done. So yeah, I don't know what put that thought in my head. And then I was like, that's crazy. You can't do that. So yeah, so imagine that 60% of the population is in mourning. 60%. And again, I'm seeing a lot now of men talking about their wives passing away. A lot of men in the different videos I'm watching, and basically every single woman that has died of cancer, and it's almost always breast cancer. If it's not breast cancer, it's colon cancer. A lot of men are, and I'm not that I want to see any man in mourning. I don't want to see anybody in mourning, but it's good that they're getting some of their feelings out. Because men typically don't do that. They hold everything in and all that stuff. But as women, we also, I think when we try to express some things, we're not always heard. And I think it takes a really patient, really loving, really, caring person to sit and really hear us when we're struggling. So I'm going to go for a second and I'm going to check this email and make sure I get back to my kid. Okay. He just wanted to know if he could call me when he's done work. I've got my water. I had a little bit of coffee. I don't know if it's the creamer, the flavored creamer, because there's so much sugar in it, or what, or the dairy part of it. The that a lot of times now after I have my coffee, I feel kind of sick, like stomach sick. So sometimes I have to just give up the coffee for a couple days. Because I don't drink that much anyway. I drink down like that much and then I dump it. I think it's more psychological. But I did feel this like low blood sugar reaction. So I got some raspberry iced tea, and that helped. I didn't eat much today yet, but I don't have a whole lot out. I did have a bowl of cereal, but I don't have a whole lot of groceries out there. So I've got to get to the store, and you guys know how I feel about that. But it's been, how long has it been? It's got to be at least a week, if not more. Because we're halfway through the month tomorrow, right? If tomorrow's the 15th, there's 30 days in June. And I've got to call in my Ativan, but I don't know what prescription to use to call in because I have 2 bottles with 2 refills. And I don't know if I'm supposed to call in the newest refill or the old refill because they're different dates. One is the 18th of the month, one is the 16th of the month. So if I use the 16th of the month one, I could really call that in like tomorrow, the 15th, because you can call it in a little bit ahead of time. But I would wait till the 16th anyway. So I think what I'm going to do is use the new one because that's the most current. And then when I talk to my psychiatrist next week on Wednesday, I'll ask her, like, because she might have deleted the old prescription. She might have realized what happened and deleted that old prescription. It might be void. But on Monday, I guess Monday, I'll call it in Monday. Sunday or Monday, I'll call it in. Adaptation, the word of the day. I'm trying to adapt to the being on my own. And, I heard in the comments, there was at least one of you that said, like, I love it. I love it. And did you always love being alone? Like, did you have some epiphany? And, like, tell me about it. Tell me about what you love about being alone. And if there's anybody else that's in my circle that just loves living alone, fill me in, will you, on, like, what do you do with your time? Do you ever get like nervous at night, or like, what do you love about being alone? And how can I adapt a little bit easier to being on my own? Because I could sure use some advice, that's for sure. And I'm on the hunt for a cat or a kitten. So I know there's like nobody in my area, really that much in my area. But give me some ideas of where I can check, where I don't have to go through like the Animal Rescue League or the SPCA or the Humane Society. I need like private party because I want to get a kitten or a cat. But I don't want to go through the whole, because of the expense, I don't want to go through the process. Don't come at me for that. I just need company. I need company, and I haven't had my cat died. November will be 3 years, so I'll go to the store tomorrow. There's no way I'm going to get to the store today. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So I have some things out in the fridge. I have cheese sticks. I have a couple of pears. I have a couple of TV dinners, even though I don't want them at all. I have some eggs, but man, I really got to be in the mood for eggs. Like, eggs are one of those things that I just really have to be in the mood to eat eggs. I have some cans of chili, but that would just kill my stomach, so that's not going to work. But I have enough. I definitely have enough to get me through tomorrow. I have more cereal. So if I have to do cereal again, I'll do cereal again. It's not going to kill me. I have Raisin Bran, I have Cocoa Puffs, and I have Chocolate Life. Only because they were the ones on sale. That's the only reason why I picked them. They were the ones on sale. Yeah, this is hard. This is hard. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how. Today was the day for the phone grief group, and I didn't call. I just didn't bother. And I know I have to like put myself out there. At least I feel like I do in order to meet anybody. But I'm such an introvert, and my anxiety is so bad that I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I guess just keep doing what I'm doing for a while, and when I feel I'm ready, I'll know it, right? Can't rush things. Can't rush anything. That I've learned in time. So I'm going to go. There's nothing spectacular about today's video. Nothing. However, I am noticing that my hair is growing in, and it's just getting a little bit thicker. A little bit thicker. So even though my body feels worn down because my sleep is totally off, it's going to take time to come around, I guess, because caring for your loved one and then watching them die, man, it messes with you. It messes with you. And I think about the people who've like have needed to do like CPR on their loved one when things were very sudden. I can't even, like I know what it felt like to watch what Sky went through. And that's like forever in here. But yeah, I do a lot of thinking about everyone and what they've gone through. And all I can do is just say, gosh, I feel for you, and I'm sending hugs and love and positive vibes. And if we all stick together and we keep the communication going, because I think talking about this stuff really helps. We're going to get through it one way or the other. There's no easy way. I was going to say either the easy way or the hard way, but there is no such thing as the easy way. There's no easy way. If there was an easy way to get through grief, there would be a bunch of books out there, bestsellers. And that's the thing, that because we all are going to die. That is like the least talked about thing, I think. And if we talked about it and normalized it for the normal that it is, if we talked about death as much as we talk about birth, maybe it would feel differently when it happened. Maybe the ones left behind wouldn't feel as though they were left behind. Maybe we would feel, okay, that was their turn, and at some point it'll be my turn. And we won't feel as though we're left behind, as though somebody took off and just abandoned us, when that's not the case. It was their turn. I don't know. I'm rambling. I'm going to go. I'll see you guys. Take care.